One night out in the remote mountains, solo camper from the Hogget Project ventured deep into the wilderness to find a secluded spot for the night.
Well, we made it to the woods. Back out here in the mountains, and I'm thinking of going up to the top there, having a look. If that doesn't work, back in here looks like it's flattening out. Made it to the top. It's a nice creek that comes through here, and you can have a look-see all the way down the pipeline.
He made it to the top, discovering a nice creek and a level clearing to pitch his tent. The ground was soft, showing clear signs of other animals having traveled through the area before.
It would appear that the very first spot we found, ironically, turns out to be the best one. You can see how soft the ground is, just how other animals come through here. So it just came through, scooped on out, and kept on trucking. There we go. And as you can see, I'm still working on getting this tarp up. Trees are kind of in an odd formation. I'm also realizing this is not just a square tarp, but should be able to figure out something. This is what I came up with. As you can see, it's sloping with the hill. It's getting pretty dark, so I got this set up just in time.
Working quickly as darkness fell, he got his tarp set up along the sloping hill. He gathered plenty of firewood and laid down a tough jacket to keep his gear from sinking into the damp earth.
I gathered twice as much firewood as I thought I'd need. That's usually what you do. So that's what I got. Went back to the vehicle. I have this Carhartt here. And this thing's tough, you know. So I think what I'm gonna do is just lay it down on the ground right there to keep these legs from sinking into the ground. Yeah, it's looking good. I kind of like how it's open out that way too. Lets a little bit of light into these woods. That way, cannot see a thing. And I don't think I was recording earlier, but something made a heavy sound over there. Could have just been some old rotted logs settling. But up that way, a couple miles, there is a camp, but I don't think anybody's hiking this way back down. Anywho, I've heard that the red lamp keeps the bugs away.
Sitting by the site, he began hearing heavy sounds echoing through the dark trees. It could have been settling logs, but the uneasy feeling in the forest was growing fast.
It's basically, it's all set up.
said, like, hit the chair a certain way. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm about to go about my business, then I hear behind me where the creek is, about only 50 feet, I hear a couple more loud crunches. And that's when I stand up and I just shine the forest. Of course the noise has stopped, and I'm guessing whoever it was, it found a good spot to lay low. I didn't see any eyes blowing back, didn't see any movement, other than I did see a bat. But definitely that is not what made the loud noises. In all this, I probably shined the light on the forest for a good 3 to 4 solid minutes. Nothing. And I said, okay, and I'm thinking I'll go back to just doing what I'm doing. But this is the second occurrence. Probably about a half an hour before that, I heard it up the hill. This time it's down parallel with me. I scouted the woods when it was daytime, just so I can get a good idea of what's around me. It's not really easy terrain to maneuver in. And anywho, I sat there for a minute and I was just thinking, okay, do I go ahead with the fire? And I was like, I'm not scared right now, but I'm also thinking maybe I'm too close to the stream. That's going to attract the animals coming to get a drink. All that said, I decided to pack up camp. I was like, I don't know if I'll have fun now than the other one out here.
Loud crunches echoed from just 50 feet away near the creek, followed by a second chilling occurrence closer to his camp. Deciding it wasn't worth the risk, he hastily packed up his gear and abandoned the site in total darkness.
And this is where it gets terrifying. And I thought I had pressed record, but it was not recording. But anywho, I've got my low beam on at this point. I think I see something small. Maybe it's like a raccoon or something right there by the water. And as I hit the high beam, this is when I see it. I see something standing there on the side of the road, pretending to be a statue. Whatever this was decided it was just going to freeze, and then maybe I wouldn't think it was anything. But as I'm looking in that direction, I'm not even kidding, it looks like somebody dressed up in camo. And they've got their back slightly angled away, I'd say like at a 45 degree. They're standing there about 6 feet tall, looking like a human that I just caught that was probably sneaking up on me. That's all I can think. When I saw what it was, a human, and I kept the light on him for a good 20 solid seconds without saying anything. The fear just kind of washed over me because I'm thinking, what's going to happen? Call them out like, hey, what are you doing? And they're all camoed out. Maybe they'll just say, oh crap, he caught me, now I'm going to shoot him. We're out in the middle of the woods. They say that people are the ones to fear. It's not the animals. That is what happened, and eventually after the 20 seconds, he didn't move, he just kept standing there. So I just pretended like, oh, maybe I didn't see it then. On my way out, periodically I'd turn back, check. Nope, didn't see.
Driving away down the road, he hit his high beams and spotted a 6-foot figure standing completely frozen in full camo, pretending to be a statue. He kept his headlights locked on the silent stranger for 20 agonizing seconds before finally escaping for good. YouTuber Jar Bear from Exploring with Bear headed out with his wife Tiffany to camp deep in Bigfoot territory near Berlin Lake,
where we're going to start right off at the campsite and get our tent set up.
Oh my gosh. Is that all you brought? These You got a sleeping bag and a blanket?
Yeah, it's summertime.
Bugs.
You get them? I hope that paper's not important.
It is.
Look at the raccoon crossing the road.
Oh my gosh, that thing is huge.
That's a big raccoon, man.
That's a diabetic raccoon.
That thing looks like a dog.
Oh my gosh, why are they so fat?
It's probably hunting deer, man. Do you see the size of that thing?
They set up camp and explored a spooky trail nearby, noting massive wildlife tracks and a creepy bridge while dealing with heavy wildfire smoke in the air.
I hear something moving right back there. Listen. Oh, did you hear that? Something's walking right over there, Ben. I'm telling you, I just heard something back there now. Eyeballs? Any eyeballs? Look, there was again. Something's for sure moving over there. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right, you ready, Duber? This trail goes pretty good. Wow, that's a mangled mess down there. Ooh.
And there's a...
I know it.
kinds of movement out here.
I know, and there's been something pretty big a couple times now back behind us. Interesting.
As darkness settled over the dense woods, strange movement echoed around them, accompanied by distinct footsteps tracking them through the brush.
That was like a howl. Oh, wait a minute. That's something moving right back in there. I gotta get this light out of my face, dang. That was something moving right behind our camp here, wasn't it? At first I thought I heard a howl that way, but... Ooh. Something's back there. That's a little exciting. Man, there's also trails. Ooh. Man, babe, that was like a snap. That was like a stick was stepped on. But there's trails going all around here too, which is pretty cool. So, but like I said, it actually is pretty late right now. And Tiff is whooped. She worked all day and still came out camping with me. But she's going to head in. I'm going to get this fire going. And, man, these skeeters are terrible. I'm getting I got to get this light off me or something. I got to spray more stuff. Look at them all. Those are all mosquitoes.
West Nile.
We got West Nile all over the place out here. Sweet dreams, my precious.
Good night.
My gypsy. Hey. Dude, listen. Mosquitoes are swarming me.
Tiffany headed into the tent to sleep, while Jar Bear stayed outside to manage the campfire, immediately hearing heavy stick snaps and suspicious activity closing in on the perimeter.
Back there right now. What was that? I can hear it walking. Listen. Can you guys hear that? That was a knock. Crap, I don't have a flashlight. Something's moving out there too, man. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Oh, that was creepy. Babe, I shouldn't even tell you. There was something just walking so close to our camp. I could not see it though. I could hear it moving right by though. That was scary. I could hear something literally walking right by our camp and could not see it. Dude, there is stuff moving all over out here. You want to come sit with me out here?
No.
And no?
Unidentified movement shadowed the camp so closely that he could hear it walking right beside him in the pitch black, though nothing could be seen in the beam of his light.
Either there's a person out in that forest that just did that, or they put my boys out in that forest and just did that. Comment, which one do you think? Was that a person or Bigfoot? Either way, super duper creepy. Look, look. That scared me. There's some big, big eyes. It ain't coming up on... Oh, wait. Where'd they go? What is that? Oh, shh. Oh, listen. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Oh my goodness. Something's way back there. It was staring at me. Whatever's back there staring at me is big. And the tree knock. That was something from a different direction.
Deafening wood knock reverberated through the trees, followed instantly by massive glowing eyes staring directly at him from the dark tree line.
Listen to that. What is that? That is so creepy, man. It's so freaking close. Listen, you can hear. Oh my goodness. I hear it on this side now. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That freaking thing is growling, man. This feels insane.
Later that night, terrifying sounds of rocks grinding together and heavy, snarling growls erupted right outside the tent walls, while his wife remained fast asleep inside. YouTubers Tom and Rob from Pitched Up arrived late on a Saturday night at Battle Great Woods to find a pitch right between three paths.
Saturday night. We're in Battle Great Woods. We've just found this little pitch. I think it'll do, mate, didn't you?
It will do. Dang diddly do, mate.
We've just cleared some of the sticks down here. So we're going to pitch a tent there. We'll have our seats up there. We'll have a little fire going. We're going to wait until all these people have gone before we go and get our stuff out of the car. We're just sitting there chilling, having a beer, because there's still loads of people about. And what's the time? It's 3:45. So it's going to be dark in about 45 minutes, if that. So people should be clearing out, but the car park was full ramo when we got there. We had to wait for us.
They cleared away the sticks, set up their gear, and started a campfire while waiting out the remaining crowds lingering around the busy woods.
We are right in between about three paths here, shouldn't we? We've got chili con carne tonight, which Rob doesn't
I don't like.
He doesn't like it, but he didn't say anything about it when we was in the shop. And that was my fault, is it?
Well, if you take away... There's two people and you take away one, then you're only left with the other person to be
So it's
blamed. So it's you.
Why is it me?
Because I'm the one that don't like the chili con carne, mate. Oh, yeah. Just want to let the viewers out there know that's not a clear representation of me.
You sure? That lantern's going to burn.
Shut up.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
We'll have one more first.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are, mate.
No, we're not.
You don't even know.
I pay for this. I facilitated this. I
You've
drove
done
my
nothing.
shit.
And you've done none of that, and
Mate,
you're
you... Oh, no, it does do that. Yeah.
Shush.
You mad? You're mad.
With the sun going down fast, they bantered back and forth over camp chores and a less than appetizing tin of chili con carne, dealing with hiccups and playful arguments.
Of our tents. They're the Fox 2 V2. They're quite hard to get hold of at the moment. You alright, Mush? He's trying to hold his breath through the hiccups. Make him laugh. Meh. You got him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, mate. Hopefully
You
not.
made me laugh again.
That doesn't bring him back on.
Mm.
Don't.
It does. Mindful. Isn't that good though?
What?
Just from me throwing it on. But that's literally like, it's so orange
Oh.
because it's literally covered and
Jesus.
saturated within, like, straight from Canada.
got a high concentration of sap, which is very, very flammable. I will now provide a small example.
Move that gas bottle.
Throw this on the fire and it ignites. Oh, gas bottle, there's something near there. Fucking flan. Sorry, man, that's horrible. It's exactly. Cedar, wood, fire.
So
I think this is kind of like how trees kind of like regenerate, if you know what I mean, like shed their outer skin. I don't think I'm doing any damage to the tree.
you're making yourself feel better.
No, honestly, I don't. I don't think I'm making any damage to the tree.
Oh, well.
It's kind of like shedding the outer bark. Because if you look underneath, it's like really nice.
As long as you think so.
Well, I know so.
Rob experimented with highly flammable tree sap over the cedar wood fire, creating massive flare-ups while debating woodland conservation and National Trust memberships.
There's some really loud bangs going on. Sounds like fireworks, yeah.
We are within the month of November. Many a fireworks are going off.
Yeah, but where it's going to be tonight?
No, I know, mate, but I've just done something brilliant and I've lost a lid.
Yeah, because you're a dickhead. They are big bangs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Can you hear these bangs? Because all of the big towns, bonfires around here have happened already. It's not a bonfire night, mate. There you go.
That is a loud bang, bro.
So we had chili con carne out of a tin and it was pretty rough. I thought it was pretty rough,
Yeah,
man.
they weren't great. I don't even like chicken carne, bro.
No, well, you wolfed it down.
Yeah, because I just need to eat it.
It was pretty sloppy, horrible stuff.
It was, wasn't it? It was like...
Yeah. I think that's a train,
I'll
Rush.
kill it then. Oh, here it comes now.
Loud, mysterious explosions and deep bangs echoed through the dark forest around them, sounding too heavy and close to be ordinary distant fireworks. That's when it happened.
Just to bring you right back, this is the 6th time Rob's fucked the fire up. I've had to send him down again. It's burning your You what? You fucking
I
what?
didn't realise you was video, bro. Look at that. You can just bleep that out.
If I split you out.
Alright. That really,
Good.
that's a decent fire right there. You didn't think I was capable. Look at that. I've just made something out of nothing.
Unexplained noises and strange vocalizations seemed to mimic or mock them from just beyond the firelight, completely unnerving the pair as they tried to keep the camp lively.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it. I won't be able to keep the tea this morning, I know that.
Why?
Because I don't think my stomach will handle like milky tea.
Oh, I think it'll sort you out, mate.
No, I'm not.
I'll make you one.
I don't want one.
Fucking absolute
fucking
ungrateful
melt.
dude, something.
You what?
You had
Let me chop my fingers down my throat all over you, mate.
weirdo. Oh, it's a bit cold this morning. Oh. On the next trip, we're going to do a review on these tents. The Fox 2v2. We was going to do it today, but Rob's not feeling it. Are you, mate?
So yeah, call me out in front of all my fans.
We'll do a proper review of pitching it up, the setup inside, and the put down. The pack's away. There you go. That's where he was. Leave no trace. You can shut up.
The next morning, a sleep-deprived Rob felt rough after a freezing night and too many drinks, prompting a quick pack-up before heading back through the busy car park. YouTuber Jar Bear from Exploring with Bear returned to the terrifying Berlin Lake area in Ohio for a freezing cold truck camping expedition.
We're just going to see if we can make it all night or not. It is going to be cold.
So for sleeping the night, I brought my pillow. I have a wool blanket, and I also have another big blanket back there. My hands are dirty. I've already did one Bigfoot knock and a Bigfoot whoop. We're also about to get out here in a second and make some meat, man. I got to get a fire going. I am hungry, but I got some meat. I got some onions, and we're going to do some cooking and some eating over the fire. And hopefully, while we're cooking and sitting around the fire, we don't get killed. It is freaking cold out tonight, guys, so it's going to be a challenge to see if we can make it all night without running the truck, just to see if a couple blankets, it's probably going to be high 30s, mid 30s, somewhere in there. Anyway, guys, if you like this kind of content, spooky haunted things, abandoned exploration, then smash that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, and let's get it.
Equipped with blankets, a pillow, and extra dry wood to combat the mid-30s chill, he set up his camp near the marshy wetlands while recounting previous horrors.
What was that?
be crapping me. I keep seeing these flashes of light, just really fast. Like I thought I was seeing stuff earlier, but I know I just seen that. It was just a real quick, like, flash of light. Oh. What is that?
Working around the fire to cook dinner, his nerves frayed as quick. Unexplained flashes of light darted through the dark tree line around him.
So while that cooks a little bit longer, let's do a quick perimeter check, because I feel like I'm being watched. I don't have the greatest feeling at the moment. I don't know. Yeah, let's check it out. Man. It's so dark out. So if you see cars passing out there, there's a lake in between us and that road. The lake's pretty dried up though. It's more like a river right now. This is the area that Matt Moneymaker from Finding Bigfoot. This is real close to the area that he had his first sighting. Out in Berlin, Ohio. Berlin Lake. And I've had some crazy stuff happen here, to the point like we're not going to go into the woods far. We're just looking to...
A heavy feeling of being watched prompted a nervous perimeter check, scanning the spooky, dark wilderness near Matt Moneymaker's famous Bigfoot sighting location.
What the heck was that? Oh, whew. Did you guys hear that? It sounded like something was running. Or something. What was that? Doors are locked. Alright, let's just wait a minute. See if we hear anything else. That was scary. I also have some pretty warm socks tonight. Like my feet are actually hot right now, so that felt good.
After retreating inside the truck for safety, a sudden loud sound like something running past shook his nerves as he locked the doors tight. That's when it happened.
I just threw that rag on the ground, and I heard hello from like behind me. What in the world? That light don't do nothing. Do you see? I don't see any lights out there. Doors are locked. that sounded like hello. I mean, maybe it wasn't hello, but it sounded something, said something right outside. I'm not opening the door to look. They haven't come up and knocked on the windows or door or nothing. It was just like it was like a, hello, hello. Sort of like that kind of voice too, hello. Train.
While throwing a rag onto the ground, a distinct, human-like voice clearly muttered hello from right behind him in the dark, though nothing was there when he looked out.
This is going to be so scary. I think I'm going to get off and just listen for a while. Anyway, once I start feeling like I'm about to fall asleep, I'll get this night vision camera rolling so it can be going while we're sleeping. See if it catches anything then. And yeah, as long as nothing crazy happens, I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, so it is currently probably about 1:30 a.m. and been pretty quiet. But I think to get to sleep, I'm gonna have to drink me something a little harder than what I normally drink.
Settled down in the back of the truck to sleep around 1:30 a.m., an abrupt impact struck the side of the vehicle, heightening the tension for the rest of the night. YouTuber Josh from Exploring with Josh headed into a foggy, misty local woodland late on a Friday afternoon to set up a solo camp and enjoy some cottage pie.
Well guys, it's time for another adventure, and this time for a bit of a rainy one, a bit of a misty one too. It's also quite late, it's about 5 o'clock now, and I've just left work for the weekend and to head my way into the woodland. It's been massively foggy recently, but it brings such a beautiful atmosphere to the surrounding areas here, so I'm going to tread myself in, get myself a shelter, cook some food, have a few beers and have a good time, so I'll see you in there. So this little woodland here, I've had my eyes on it for a while, for a bit of a camp, and the last time I was here was about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years, when the pandemic hit the world, and I came into these woodlands to just get away for a little bit, make a little fire and just chill out. This woodland's quite nice, it's got like a little swampy pond and a few trees for me to...
After wandering into the familiar forest, he stumbled across a creepy bedsheet ghost decoration left over kids hanging over a tree stump, which he jokingly named Casper.
I want to camp by the little Casper ghost, as it's a bit weird, but I found this really cool spot here, which has got a nice view of this open green part that's got a nice log to sit on, and some nice mushrooms, fungi. It's quite nice around here, nice and light. It feels like it would be quite a nice light spot in the evening. Pretty good option actually. Maybe like a little lean-to tarp shelter. The birds are rustling a bit. This is the thing, when you go camping on your own, it can be a little bit spooky at times. But when something weird or strange happens, Like just seeing that innocent sheet over the log, it just puts ideas in your head that you're not particularly alone. But you just have to get yourself through that, because you just get yourself bothered up really. It's really wet. It's really, really wet. I'm gonna have to just string my tarp up, don't think too much about it, and get a fire on and really get some wood, because a lot of this is saturated.
He found a suitable spot to set up his 3x3 DDD tarp shelter. Though the heavy rainfall and wet wood made preparing a fire an uphill battle as daylight quickly faded.
I don't think it's going to stop raining tonight at all. I don't mind, I've got my shelter up now, but I'm starting to get hungry. Like I said, I've just come from work today, so I've worked up an appetite. I'm just literally sat over there trimming the wood down, cutting it down how I like it, and I can just hear some mad movement going on in those bushes over there. I can't tell if it's like the rainfall just making quite a commotion, or there's maybe rabbits or deers maybe walking through, or any dog walkers or whatever, I don't know. Bit spooky. It'll be just the rain anyway. I don't know why I let these things play on my mind sometimes. It happens, you know, guys, it happens. Literally, I could...
While trimming wood near his camp, he began hearing heavy, suspicious movement churning through the nearby bushes, though he tried to brush it off as the sound of rain or wildlife.
Do you know what I mean? You heard that. And it's really quiet. There should be birds singing. There was birds singing, and I've just noticed they've just stopped singing. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be singing? I'm finding it really difficult to focus. Lovely little spot. Lovely food to be cooked. A night under stars.
The forest suddenly fell completely silent as the bird song stopped entirely. Shortly after, heavy footsteps and movement closed in on him, prompting him to pack up his gear and flee the woods.
Well guys, it's been a few days, it's been a while. It's been a while since I picked up the camera to share what happened. I put a little post out on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube to see if you guys wanted to hear the story and to hear a bit more of what happened in that time where I had to leave. Obviously you've just seen the video for yourselves. You can make your own conclusions, what you might think it was, what it could be. But when I was in those woods, I turned up after work, spontaneous idea to go out. Then my missus made a beautiful cottage pie that she said I could warm on the fire, so I quickly packed up a pack, ready to make a plough point in the woods and cook some good grub and just enjoy some misty woodlands. I love camping in different surroundings and different atmospheric environments. I've camped in the mist and fog before, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the fog and mist. I think it just brings this eeriness that is beautiful at the same time. And so when I packed up my bag and it was around 5 o'clock, I headed into the woods. A very local woodland to me. It's walking distance. And I treaded myself in. I went through the tall grass and I was excited for an adventure. As I've not been in that part of the woodland for many years, it was a little place that I went to a few times just to sit down, make a little fire and just breathe. Along with the shelter that I built up in, further up in the woodland. There was these little places of sanctuary for me, a bit of peace, a bit of safety for me to chill out in. But when I went back after some time, obviously I noticed a little spooky Casper ghost somebody left there. I don't know how long that was there for, but it made me chuckle. I laughed about it. It didn't put me off. I knew it would just be kids having fun or some dog walkers just having a laugh. So I didn't have much time, so I didn't really scout the rest of the woodland. I just went to some familiar spots that I remember from last time, and I pitched up my plough point, started chopping some wood, and I started to split it. It was at this moment I noticed it got eerily quiet. The birds stopped chirping and I could hear heavy footsteps in the woods moving around me. I felt like I was being surrounded by one point. I was getting a bit delirious, not knowing where it was coming from.
Reflecting on the strange encounter days later, he noted how the uncanny silence, moving silhouettes in the dark, and an uneasy gut feeling forced him to abandon his setup for safety. YouTuber Stefan from Let's Hang Outdoors returned to the woods to spend a night and clean up an abandoned campsite he discovered on a previous trip.
So if you joined me on a previous trip, so I found this spot where people were camping. I came back here. I'm going to camp here tonight, and I'll tidy this area up a little bit and carry stuff out. I brought my bivy bag, so I'm sleeping on the ground this time, and I'm a little out of practice. I can't find flat ground here. It'd be easy to hang with my hammock, so what I'm planning to do is I'm going to move my stuff up to the that teepee area, and I'm going to set up there, and I'm going to come back. I'll clean this one up, and then I'll start cleaning.
Finding the ground too uneven for his bivy bag setup, he decided to move his gear over to a nearby weathered teepee structure to set up his camp instead.
So this teepee is fairly close to the other spot. It's enough distance to get me a little winded as I hiked over here. I'm going to set up right on this flat spot right here.
He hiked over to the teepee clearing, settled onto a flat spot to set up his sleep system, and prepped to head back to tackle the trash.
What do you think? Looks like somebody built a little bit of a tripod over here and had the tops over top of it. And over time it just collapsed. That's all I can do for this trip.
Arriving back at the messy old site, he dismantled a collapsed wooden tripod structure and cleared out the accumulated debris, leaving the area looking neat and tidy.
I'm just going to sit here, drink my tea for a while, and then I'll be heading into bed. Good morning.
As evening fell, he relaxed quietly by his camp, enjoying a peaceful cup of tea before heading to bed under the forest canopy.
So I'm going to be coming back here in a few days. I cleaned up most of the junk. I'll probably clean up this last little bit when I come back. But I checked the structure. The structure is still fairly sturdy. There was one worn out beam up there that I broke off. But for my purposes, it should hold up. It's not going to be any crazy storms or anything, but it's still fairly sturdy. So I'm going to redo the bed the best that I can. I don't know what I'll do with this other one. I may just bring my cot and sleep there. So my son's going to come back with me, and we're going to have a camp out. I think I'm going to put a tarp across here and probably use a bug net of some kind. Cicadas, if you can hear that. So I'm going to be drinking my coffee, enjoying the nature sounds. And I'll be packing up shortly and heading home for this trip.
The next morning, while enjoying a cup of coffee and listening to the cicadas, he planned out a future camp out with his son to finish restoring the teepee structure.